I'm telling you, it is the definition between an entrepreneur and an employee. The employee goes to the cliff, looks over the cliff, says, is there a balloon down there? Do I be safe? What happens if it hurts? What if I land on my neck? The entrepreneur, they said, we need to jump off the cliff, backs up 10 feet to get a fucking run.
This town needs an enema.
Fuck.
Who are you? Where's Commissioner Green?
Come on. How do you guys expect to beat me?
Too stupid!
You don't really think you can leave? Things change.
You got me? Who's got you?
Everything changed. And anyone who tells you different is just lying.
You know who this is? This is Mark motherfucking Sylvester.
Yes.
Yeah. I gotta do it up.
Yes.
I gotta do it up here now. Like my other mic picked it up over here, and I'm like, this one's like, it's gotta be right there.
Here we go.
I discovered that. I'm trying to, I'm working on myself with a lot of that stuff.
Daily.
Always.
Mhm.
Always. What is going on, man? How's your week been?
It's going good, man. It's going. I'll say that it's going.
That's all that
Working on
matters.
type 1. So excited about that. Getting some pages done. Staying on the grind. Hopefully getting the book done within the next month or so. That's what I'm telling myself. And we're seeming like we could be getting there by May.
It's good goals.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That is good goals. Things are looking
Dan
good.
is-
I've seen myself.
Yeah, thanks. Dan's going to be starting next week with colors. So I got a batch of pages ready to go. And yeah.
Hells
How about
yes.
you? How about you?
Oh, it's been an all right week. I had
Mhm.
a funeral I went to on Tuesday, and then my daughter had a birthday. Her birthday was
Oh,
yesterday. Yeah,
happy
so it's been like
birthday.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, she had a blood. We got her a piñata.
A piñata? Nice.
Piñata filled with
Nice.
candy. She loved it. She was like, "This is the best birthday ever."
Right?
No, it was cool. It was a good time. It was a good time. 6 years old.
God bless. What
I
a
know,
beautiful
right?
what a beautiful soul she is. What a
Yeah,
beautiful
no,
soul.
she's awesome. She is awesome. So it's been a week. But I was excited to get
Yeah.
here and talk a little bit about Hush. We're gonna hit part 3 here,
Mhm.
going up. See, people are still going in. If you guys haven't yet, let people know we're live.
Yeah, please
A
share
lot of
it
people
out.
streaming out there.
Go
we
into other
appreciate-
chats.
Yeah,
and
get
drop
into
our
those
link.
other chats.
Because they're probably talking about bullshit where we're talking about cool shit.
That's a good point. That's a
Mhm.
good point. Yeah, get in there. Let people know what's going on. I'm gonna say out of the chat real quick before we get rolling here. Mark Penguin was number 1 in our hearts, number 1 in the chat.
You're number 1.
Great to see you, brother. Here we also got Hail the Lore in the house, as
Yeah.
always.
Good
Good to see you. Member of the channel, Heath Ward, is in the house.
dude.
Cosmic Studios.
Oh my god! I'm sorry! I can't stop coming! I'm sorry! Oh, it feels so good!
It feels so good on a Thursday night. Welcome, brother. We have Christopher Bouchard.
Bouchard.
This is hello, Joe and Sean. How's the Reaper Destroyer shipping going? And have an awesome weekend. It's going slowly. I'll tell you what.
Tell us.
I've actually been talking to somebody to help with fulfillment, because fulfillment's going slower than I'd like. Obviously, Last couple of weeks, I haven't been able to do anything with the personal stuff that was going on with the family stuff, which if you follow me on X, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm trying to find somewhere to speed things up a little bit, mostly because it is a hell of a lot of work. And it's just going slower than I want. So we're doing something to speed up the process. If you haven't got your book yet, you will, trust me. And hopefully this faster process will get them out even quicker because I want to move on to issue 2. And there's a whole lot of other things I want to do as well. Hail the Lores in the house says, happy birthday to the kiddo. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. And she does too. YSA. Wow, you guys early tonight. What's up? Yes, tonight is our early night.
Yeah.
Tonight is the 8 o'clock time slot where, Road and Joe is 10, Spawn Reviews 9. So we bounce all around.
I like
it's
this.
schedule. Yeah, you got to work with the schedule.
I like this early schedule. We're not up that late. I still have time to watch an episode of Daredevil before I go to bed.
Yeah, I would prefer doing the earlier schedule if I could every day. It's just hard to keep that 8 o'clock time slot during the day with the family and school and work and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, it works for Thursdays though, and I've been liking it. I was doing the Ronan Joe show at 8 o'clock here on Thursdays for a while, and it really worked good. So I'm like, let's just keep this show on Thursdays at 8, and we'll keep on going forward. Speaking of Daredevil, before we get into Hush. Episode 3. I do that all the time. Episode 3 dropped on Tuesday. I've seen mixed reviews from people out there in the social media lands. A lot of people fucking absolutely love it, like we do. And there's other people that don't matter, so I don't even give a shit.
Right.
The show to me, I think, is phenomenal. It is awesome. Where we're going with the show, we will do a review at some point. It's looking more now that we'll probably do it after the season's done. We'll do just like a recap. We'll do like a recap because right now we're into the Hush thing. We got some other stuff planned.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do more of a recap of Daredevil. But if you guys haven't watched it yet, go check it out. I think it's a worthy successor of the Netflix series. It's not the same. So if people want to try to compare it and hope that it's exactly the same, it's not going to be that. But guess what? The Netflix series wasn't perfect either. As awesome as it wasn't perfect either. There's flaws in everything.
Yeah. But hey, nothing's perfect.
100%. We got Blue Boy Comics in the house. I need to get
you're my boy.
Yeah, I need to get the video clip. I got one working for you, Blue Boy. I got one. You're my boy, Blue. Mark Penguin says, I love it. Yes, me too.
Good.
It's my favorite series right now. Some people have an issue with the slow burn aspect of it. I like a good slow burn if the story is compelling.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's just like it's storytelling, character arc, character driven storytelling right now with Daredevil. And I think it's fantastic. Everybody check it out if you haven't yet. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I really wish, honestly, She-Hulk went more in that courtroom drama that we just got with episode 3.
Yeah, and less campy.
Yes, less campy, less, And I think they learned from that because it was supposed to be somewhat that type of tone too.
Oh, they completely rewrote Daredevil.
Because episodes 2 and 3 were supposed to be 1 and 2.
Yeah. They completely overhauled Daredevil and just sent it in a different direction, gave it a different tone. I saw somebody dropped in it's one of the people I follow on X. I can't remember their account, but they said the difference between what the original Daredevil Born Again was going to be and then all the changes that were made. Now I'll tell you what, if they gone with the original idea, trash.
Right.
It would have been utter trash. So it might be a little weird for this first season as they kind of reshot things and mix things around and whatever to make it what it is. But I think going forward to season 2, it's going to be a much more focused idea now that they know what the show is.
Yes.
So it is what it is, but I love the show. So are you guys a fan of Rat City comic series? No.
No.
Gave it a chance. Costume looks cool. Design is good. I like the concept.
Yeah,
the concept idea.
Yeah.
Right. If it was more of like a Spawn 2099, then I would be down. But it's not. And teach their own. I would never tell people not to read a comic because everybody finds things, enjoyable that other people don't. But I guess I can say we just, it didn't resonate with us. No.
I gave up. I don't even remember if I started issue 2 or if I might have put it down. I was just not into it.
I think I've got like 4 issues. I don't think I read past issue 1. They needed more Judge Wapner in She-Hulk. No innuendo intended. Oh,
Wait,
I don't know what that is.
like whopping off, like getting whopped
Like,
off.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
I'm with
Oh,
that.
there you go. Yeah, yeah. You know, they can't all be. They can't all be the best books. Some are going to be misses. It's just what it is.
Hey, and
Rat City
also
was a miss.
get prepared because this Monday in the Spawn Show we're gonna be reviewing 362.
362.
I
Look
got
at this
it.
cover.
I gotta read. Yo, that yeah. I did.
This
Yeah.
is a sick ass cover. Yeah, on the Spawn review on Monday, issue 362, the brand new issue of Spawn dropped on Wednesday. I went out and got it. There was another cover that I did not like, but I saw this one and I was like, this is probably one of my favorite covers in the last, besides the Booth cover, probably the last like maybe 50 issues.
Yeah.
This is a sick cover. Like finally, a really, really awesome cover for it. But yeah, Spawn review Saturday or Monday at 9. Tune in. We're going over 362. All right, let's jump into this. Let's get rolling.
Okay.
We got people in here. Going to be looking at Hush Part 3, which is issues 6,
8,
14.
8, 14, 8, 15, and 16, maybe?
Isn't it 6? Or is it 8?
Yeah. 8.
Whatever it is. Yeah, 14 through 16. We'll do that. Yeah,
We'll do
8,
that.
14 through 16. All right. It's Thursday night. I'm feeling good. Welcome to
Art and Stuff. Your favorite podcaster's favorite show about comics and art and stuff. 25 years in the business on a technicality. Over 40 years consuming and collecting the comic book medium in many formats. Like Norman, my skills are the baits. I may be a little dysfunctional, but I'm highly functional.
Yeah.
I'm recklessly charismatic. I've been killing it since days in B-Boy Belt Buckles.
Dang.
Editor extraordinaire. Gifted narcissist with a dedicated personality, the Hispanic God on paper, smoother than your days in Underoos. Creator type 1, the only one, except no duplicates.
Yes.
I'm cooler than the gang. Jersey's fine. Sean Ahrent, with me as always, my brother in arts.
I'm the very talented, very sexy, very distinguished, always narcissistic, but never vain. Staunch offender Rob Liefeld and Gina Carano, and a lover of all things 90s. Joseph Michael Sonntag, or Joe M Sonntag, if you prefer, or as the Pope likes to call me, JMS, or as the chat likes to call me, Ronan Joe. Welcome to the show, and as always, what an awesome show it is that we have for you tonight. We do have Paulus Arts in the house. What's going on, brother?
What's up?
Good to see him. Because we are looking at Hush Part 3. We get to see the Joker beat down, and what a beatdown it is. This is my favorite issue that we are going to start out with. But before we do, let me just say, Christopher Bouchard says, question, how many issues was the Pitt comic series? 20. 20 issues altogether of the main series, and I think it had 4 miniseries that he did as well, spin-offs, but 20 of the main issues of Pitt are out there. Good luck finding them all. If you do, get them and put them in your collection. I got them all. Got them all. Yes, Michael is right. 20-some issues. Yes, 20 on the dot. All right, here we go. Let's dive into this. My favorite issue of the entire Hush run was 814. I believe this is it. This is.
Yep.
First off, look at this cover. Look at this brutal ass cover. Jim draws a wicked looking, cartoony kind of Neil Adams-esque Joker, but like pushed to like Jim Lee's extreme. Fantastic line work here. The hair is great. The details in the face, the veins popping up as he's got this like maniacal smile as Batman is just choking the hell out of him, blood spraying everywhere. Just very great visuals on this comic. Cover.
Beautiful.
Did you see the State Farm? Oh, I did. It is awesome. I'm going to cover it on the Ronan Joe show on Sunday. But yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Sean, have you seen that?
Nah, I didn't know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's cool. I'll show you after we're done streaming. All right. So we left off. Thomas Elliot when running out of the opera into the alleyway and immediately gets gunned down, or it seems apparently he gets gunned down by the Joker. We see that iconic stance of the Joker standing there with his bang gun over the dead Thomas Elliot, and Batman jumps right into action and immediately throws him into all of the trauma, all of the history that he's gone through with the Joker when it goes to the Killing Joke. Wait, not the Killing Joke. Yeah, it covers the Killing Joke, death in the family, whatever else the Joker has done to everybody. Oh yeah, there we go. Like the Killing Joke right there with Barbara, shooting Barbara. So he's thinking of all these things, and he's already incensed, right? If you remember episode before, we covered how Catwoman was pretty well banged up in this fight that they just had with Harley in the opera. and he's already pissed off to this point. And then he goes out and sees one of his best friends from childhood dead on the ground, and he sees the Joker there and snaps for a second. This is what I love about Jeff Loeb's writing in this book. Like, he allows Batman to kind of almost embrace that inner demons for a second, and he's on the edge. This entire scene is almost kind of like trying to justify, right, that maybe he should end it. Maybe he should end the Joker, all the misery and all the death that he's brought around him. So it's good visuals. I mean, what are you thinking here, Sean?
I'm thinking what's cool about this with the ink wash technique, it's just straight black and white, but the back, it's just the red, just for how tense it is and how powerful the moment is. That it's just that you feel it, because as opposed to the other ones where they're color held and more different, washy effects to displace figure work, foreground, background. This just shows like the intensity of like a trigger being shot, like like you feel whatever the beat may be is going between the panels.
Yeah, and I love the red because the red obviously signifies like, rage, death, blood, so it's really putting you in the sense. So we get the regular colors as Batman is just beating the hell out of Joker. And all the time the Joker is saying like, stop, I'm innocent, I didn't do it, kind of thing. Batman's not listening. He's just blocking everything out. And all that he's seeing is these images that are painted in red. And it shows you like where he's at, right? He's in the red zone, as I would say to my daughter when she's really mad.
Oh, really?
He's in the red zone, and he's just beating the hell out of the Joker. As we see just Jim's depictions, Jim's kind of like redrawing of famous storylines. Like, that drawing right there, the Joker with the crowbar is very much, who was the artist that drew that death in the family?
Was it Aparo? Was it Jim Aparo? Was it
it might be. I cannot remember. Chat, look it up for us if you can. But he does a good job. My point is, he does a good job of. It wasn't Brayfogle.
Okay,
you might be right with the first name.
Okay,
maybe the chat will answer that here. But
Jose,
he does a great job of kind of capturing that style, so that visually what he's referencing instead of just drawing it straight Jim Lee style. He kind of tries to draw a little bit of the style of that artist. Mignola? I don't think it was Mignola.
Nah.
No, it was he had a long Batman run. This was in the 70s, right? When Jason Todd was killed, or was it the 80s?
That was the 80s. Yeah.
Okay. He had a long run. But yeah, I can't remember his name offhand, but he does. My point is, he does a good job of capturing the look of that artist as you're going through memory lane here. And again, the Joker's like, stop, and just look at these impact shots.
Yeah.
The rain's coming down, so the drama is picking up, right? Aparo. Okay, so Sean
I was right. Look at me. I'm
right. Look
smart.
At Sean.
Yeah, you should back type 1 because I'm not smart.
Don't be a bum. Back type 1. Sheldon Martin's in the house as Starling.
Brother?
I think Pritchard's got it right. I think it is Aparo.
I think it's Aparo. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the impact of this punch.
You could feel it, like even with like the hatchiness in the cheeks, like that. The different textures that Scott Williams is providing. You could feel the impact of his fucking fist in his hand. I mean,
got the teeth, flying. A little bit of the blood split. I mean, just is for DC violence, I would say this is pretty good up there. For a main title that's not trying to really push the gore and stuff. Like, this is, they're giving you just enough to show that this is a really good beatdown, just hands to face beating of the Joker by one Bruce Wayne, aka Batman.
Yeah,
Starling wrote it.
Okay,
that makes sense.
This one's trippy.
Oh,
is this
nice.
the one that has all that? No, that's not it.
The one that the entire scene has all of the graffiti, but you can't really make it out until like I want to say another page more.
Okay.
But this is the splash page where you kind of get a depiction of what we see on the cover of him.
The hatchiness on his face.
Oh man, look at that! Yeah.
Raw. It's different than what they would normally do. X-Men days, Wildcats days.
Oh yeah, completely different. I feel like they were experimenting a little bit.
I would say so.
I know Jim was with like the style wise, and I've heard him talk about it before. Like, he was experimenting a little bit with his style. But I feel like Scott probably was also doing experiment with
Brush.
line
He
work
was
as
he was
well.
doing more brush these days because he was always a quill guy.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Still doing the
You know?
brush. Yeah, which is incredible to me. Anybody that can ink with a brush. I mean, the old school inkers that were primarily brush guys.
Yeah.
Wow,
Even look at this
just
shot.
wow.
Like this could go like sideways, like so many ways because of the exaggeration of his facial structure and that wonky
Yeah.
nose. And upshots we've stated many times is one of the toughest fucking things to do.
Oh, 100%.
But he again, this is Jim Lee fucking at his best, pulling it off. At all stops.
Jim is one of the best upshot artists I think I've seen. Him and Sylvester, they're right up
Yeah.
there. But you're right with the way he draws Joker. He's this very accentuated nose, his jaw, his face is very elongated, a very cartoony version of the Joker, and you have to draw that in that angle with that gigantic nose.
But he's pulling off like the Joker we grew up with was, it was the Neil Adams, but more of the Jose Luis Garcia Lopez from like
Yeah.
Super Friends and like the model sheet, I would like to say.
Well, you think about the '90s Joker in like Nightfall, right? When he again has another instance where he beats the hell out of the Joker
Yeah.
during that Nightfall storyline. Whatever, it wasn't Nolan that did that issue. I can't remember who the artist was at that time. Chat, look it up.
Yeah.
But that's the Joker that I remember growing up. That '90s Joker still had the exaggerated features, and that's kind of what Jim does here with this style. A little bit more Jim Lee stylistically, but it's very, very cartoonish, where all the other
Mhm.
characters look fairly normal. I do like this scene, like a little bit of the comedy that's thrown in here where Harley Quinn's trying to sneak up and instead of hitting Batman, basically obliterates Joker's arm. Starling might have drawn it. He might have.
Hey,
I'm
alright.
not well versed in the artists of Batman in the '90s besides Brayfogle, and I know it wasn't Brayfogle. I know he drew part of that storyline, but the issue I'm talking about where he beats the hell out of the Joker in like the sewer, the water duct area, that's the one I'm talking about. You can find that artist for me, and it might be Starling.
Kicks her in the gut.
Yeah, I mean that's how you got to do it.
Yeah,
That's how you treat a woman right there.
I do it.
Equal
Same with-
rights.
Yeah,
Equal rights.
Feminism.
Okay, he says, I'm not joking, bat boob. Check my gun. Nothing. Not blank but blanks. And that's the thing in this scene is Batman was so enraged, right? Starting with the injuring of Catwoman and then the death of Thomas Elliot that he doesn't even notice. Batman's so aware of everything, but he doesn't even notice at this point that the gun was a fake gun. So the Joker couldn't have killed Thomas Elliot. And he's not listening to the Joker because all he's seeing is Jason Todd, being beat to shit and blown up. Barbara Gordon being, shot and violated or whatever happened in the Killing Joke. This is a beautiful, like watercolor, just classic image. Go ahead.
It looks like it's actually watercolored as opposed to the gray washing and having Sinclair go over. I've never seen the art of pages of this, but like this just seems like it was watercolored.
I should pull out the unwrapped version and see if it is like Sinclair doing the colors on that and giving it that real shout out Jeremiah Blackwell who is in the chat. Excited for this episode. We are too, because this is actually we're getting into my favorite territory when it comes to the Hush storyline is these few issues right here, at least specifically this issue. And then I don't know if we'll get to the one at the graveyard, but that's another really good one. So he's just kind of recanting, like his relationships with his partners, right? And his partners are always in dire trouble when the Joker's around. And he just seems to Joker is the one villain that could really take out his family. What's interesting? I was just thinking about this. Beautiful artwork. You saw the Killing Joke animated movie, right?
Yeah.
So they took their liberties with that story a little bit and added the rooftop scene where he basically bangs Batgirl.
Yeah.
Right? Does this kind of remind you of that?
Yeah, it does now.
Now, right? Yeah. That just dawned on me. Like I'm kind of looking at the way it's drawn. Obviously, I know it has nothing to do with it, but because they went there with the movie, I'm just like, oh, I could see it. Maybe he did bang her. We just, it's just kept out of the canon. Yeah. Again, still going back to the Barbara Gordon, just crippling. Which I always liked her role as Oracle. I thought that was a cool role
Hmm.
for that character. Like, I never needed Batgirl to ever come back, to be honest with you. Batgirl character was fine,
Hmm.
and nothing personally wrong with the character, but I liked having that Oracle role for Batman during this era because it just seemed like, yeah, he's a tech guy, right? He's got all these people helping him out. It made sense to kind of help him navigate the city, navigate the world when you had Barbara Gordon up there with all her technology, just in his ear helping him out. Like, I like that storyline.
And what a shadow! Look at
Oh, that's
look at the
cool.
shadow
Yeah,
at the bottom. Like
I
it's
never caught that before.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
so
it's the
cool.
first time. That's
That's
cool.
so cool, man.
Yeah, he's
Hell
basically
yeah.
yeah, okay, so here's Catwoman tries to stop him because we all know Bruce's one rule. Batman's one rule, I don't kill. Might
Mhm.
maim, might violate you a little bit, well, I won't kill you. So everybody is trying to pull him back because people can tell he's on the edge. He's on the edge of kind of becoming the thing he always was fearful of and never wanted to be. So first off, you get Selena trying to stop him. And he's just enraged. Like he's blackout, man. Look at the back of that cape real quick.
Yeah. And she's the
Great
one
line
that
work.
can calm him down. Like she could say jump and he's like, how high? Like that's how
Yeah.
Jeff Loeb has always kind of made their relationship come off. Like
Yeah, not
s-
a Tom King kind of relationship, but
no, no, no. But like, look, when you're in love with somebody, you will do what you gotta, like they'll make you act a fool sometimes.
and even she's like right there, she's like, I'll do what I have to keep you from doing something you regret. Like so people that care about Bruce, that know or at least care about Batman's character, know about what he's doing, they're trying to stop him from doing something that apparently seems like he's ready. And that's what I love
Yeah.
about this Jeff Loeb's writing. Like he's kind of convinced himself like this is it. I should just do this dude in and be done with it, you know, and keep going. Great work, great
How
work.
could she understand?
How could she understand? Don't God damn it. I like that.
Today's
Titties, yeah, right in your face. There we
tactical.
go.
That's
That
a
is
cool
yeah,
shot.
that's nice. So I know what you're feeling, but if the roles were reversed, you would do everything in your powers to stop me. And she wasn't there when I found Jason. And again, this is a nice kind of shot of the death in the family version of Jason after he was beaten up and blown
Mhm.
up. But he's right though. I mean, everything he's talking about in here is like the things that people have a problem about with Batman in general. The fact
Whoa!
that
Check out Blue Boy. I'm sorry, that just caught me.
uh
Good for you.
my girlfriend chokes like Batman.
Nice. Good
All
for
right.
you. Keep
Good,
that.
yeah,
Put a
good,
ring on
good for
that.
you, man.
Yeah.
You gotta give her a little, slap action every once in a while.
Right.
Chicks dig that. Um, so he's right in this. Like, Batman's always everyone's like, you don't do anything to the Joker. He kills Jason. He does this to Barbara. He goes to Arkham. He breaks out. And you just allow him to keep doing these things, and he is reliving his trauma, beautifully drawn by Jim Lee with these flashbacks,
Mhm.
with the ink wash flash. It was a great idea for this series, but he's in the moment of blackout rage, and he's trying to justify it to himself. He's remembering all these things, and what's the worst thing that's happened to Batman emotionally since the death of his parents was the death of Jason Todd. And that storyline was so awesome. In the book, the issue where he actually was murdered and killed, like it was great emotion. The who we say was the artist? Apparel?
Yeah.
Apparel did a great job of drawing that and just how we find, one, the scene where he gets beat almost to death by the Joker with the crowbar and then gets blown up, but just Batman finding him on the rubble, picking him up, carrying him out, broken body. Jason's dead. Like it was a great book. For a character that people didn't like, I thought they pulled off the whole death of Jason Todd really, really awesome.
And you gotta wonder, there's a lot of sick motherfuckers out there because there was a contest to vote
They all
in.
voted for it.
Yeah, they all wanted him dead. It's like, oh my god.
In the end, though, it worked out good because it was an iconic moment
Yeah.
in the mythos of Batman.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Um,
you know, he he takes out, so he hits as a dick, as being a dick, he hits the wound of Catwoman right on her shoulder, and the pain, knocks her right out. And even this is not really enough to slow him down. You would think that maybe he would get a little bit of a sense at this point that, maybe I need to stop because I just crossed the line, and hit my love.
Oh, this is the best page with all the Joker faces.
This, yeah, so good. You know what's interesting is we've seen this style. Well, we saw the water or the ink wash style for the flashbacks, but it goes to this interesting page. Now, this is colored off of Jim's pencils.
Yes.
I don't think this is inked at all.
Oh.
I think that Alex Sinclair just colored right out of Jim's pen, which is I wonder what the thought process was about that, the visual for this page being that. There's got to be some kind of significance in the storytelling where they're like, this look as he's kind of lamenting the fact,
loneliness.
Yeah, well, no, it's beautifully done. Like, it's a good idea. What does he say here? Don't you see that relationship only allows for the possibility that one night? Oh, okay, that's right. My bad. It will be you that I find killed by the Joker. I cannot and will not allow the nightmare to come to reality. So this is a fear. So we're seeing a fear in his mind. Okay, that makes sense. It's been a second since I've read all these, so it's coming all back. So that's almost kind of the moment, like, boom, that's it. He made this. That decision came. He dies tonight by my hand. I like that.
Wild man.
And
Mad
then
man.
you just hear the Joker saying that too. Like, it's the hilarity of the Joker as he knows what's going to happen here. He's even just, very, some people know how to write the Joker and some people don't,
Yeah.
Jeff Loeb does a great job. You got pizza in the house. What's going on?
What's up, pizza? Good to see you, man.
The watercolor black and white looks ghostly. I like it. Ephraim. Who's Ephraim? Don't know what that means. Did I miss something? I might have missed something.
Attention.
It seems made by ball pen.
It does.
It could be. It absolutely could be. I'd have to look at the unwrapped version to see what it looks like in there. But if it is inked, yeah, it's a very loose, very raw, sketchy drawing, and I like it. I like it. I kind of wonder the whole purpose behind it. All right, we get to a point here where he's.
Oh, there's Starlin in the background.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a bunch of names. If you actually really look, they're kind of hard to pick out, but yeah, definitely Starlin there. That's amazing. Almost like blue colored pencil. See, that's why I feel like it's colored from the pencils. Like, I think it's like it's gray or lead color, but just then colored by Sinclair for blue. He used a blue ballpoint pen in a tragic pose to emphasize he will never rid himself of blue balls. You got me on that one, man. I was starting to think to myself, like, oh, you got that's. I'm following you. I'm feeling it. I'm with you. Good one. So then we get the last second gunshot. Jim Gordon arrives right as he's choking the life out of, and it takes actually 2 guns. I forgot about that. He shoots his ear off, or the costume ear. Great shot. Just beautiful. Very Frank Miller here. Going right back to the silhouettes with a lot of the negative, kind of more light. Frank Miller would be like black and white, but this works real well as well. He basically says the same thing. God help me. He's like, I'll do it. He's like, I'm not going to let you become this person. And he basically is kind of going back and forth and talking about everything that he's been through with Batman, everything that he's been through with the Joker, blah, 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 talking some sense into Bruce.
We're friends.
And, yeah. And he's actually the one that brings him out of it. Selena couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fear of losing Selena, especially after that kiss that we saw a couple weeks ago in the first episode we did of this, he's kind of in a different frame of mind right now when it comes to Selena and the possibility of losing her. He's become vulnerable, right? Let her into his life. But it's Jim Gordon, his longtime old friend, who really snaps him out from killing the Joker. So, my favorite issue,
This
because
one
just
right
the
here.
way this issue, this issue is my favorite issue of the Hush run because of what it meant, the drama and the storytelling. I thought the art obviously was fantastic, but I just love how Batman was willing to go there, and it took all of his friends, and then at the very end, his longest friend, longest ally, to pull him out of that downward spiral. And then Joker's like, I'm innocent. All right, hold up here.
Yeah.
The walls. Let's see. We got Williams for Scott Williams. We have ABC. It might just, I don't know what that is.
Newton on the side.
Okay, there you go. Newton.
Now, what's that arrow pointing to?
I don't know if it's pointed. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an interesting one. Bingham? What's it? McDonald or McDaniel? I can't make the other one out. WEF? A lot of gyms here. Aparo, Starlin, Gordon, Lee.
Good call.
Okay, nice, man. You get better eyes than I do.
Molodov. Spring.
Robeson. I thought there was a Brayfogle one in here.
Possibly.
I thought. It's been a second since I've looked at all of it, but I thought he had a Brayfogle. WEF. What does it stand for, though? Somebody fill me in. Because, like, Jim Lee, Illuminati confirmed.
Moaning.
Ja Rose in the house. Fill me in,
Yeah.
guys. I feel like I'm lost in this WEF.
West. I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Possibly. Possibly. I'm not good with the acronyms, right? If that's what it's called. That's just not me. All right. So here we go. We're back with Hush here. He says, I made a this is Bruce still talking. I made a promise on the grave of my parents that I would rid the city of the evil that took their lives. Tonight, I nearly became part of that evil. Lightning strikes. So now here's the first big twist in the Hush series. Hush is like, he is innocent, and then flips a coin. And he says, get the joke, as he catches the coin. And now we are here to think that it's Two-Face. Two-Face is Hush. Figured it out. Let's go home. Mystery solved. Now we're dealing with Two-Face as Hush. I thought it was a good way to end that issue. Again, my favorite issue of the series. That propels us right into, this was another great cover. A lot of heavy blacks, again, pulling back from some of the rendering. Solid black, but look at the city work.
Yeah,
Scott Williams must have hated these pages. Like, come on, Jim.
Great perspectives.
Yeah. Water towers. I love me some water towers. One of my favorite things to try. I love water towers, man.
Dude, one thing I used to love, well, many things, like just going into Manhattan, like if I would take the bus in from where I lived, you go into Port Authority, the bus terminal, and you get a better sight to see the water towers. You would be on more of a level with them, so you can see what's on top instead of looking up this way. Like you can see the buildings. And I would always picture like in Hell's Kitchen, especially, I'm like, oh, Daredevil would be there, you know.
Yeah.
And all that.
Something about, I mean, cityscapes, I draw a shit ton of water towers when I draw a cityscape, because it's just like, how can you not? Like, it's, if you look at New York City or whatever, any major city like that, water towers, you gotta have them. Sheldon Martin says Infantino in the graffiti too. I did not catch that. Nice. Steve Cannon's in the house. Great colorist. Says, this book got me back into comics back in the day. Love the first two parts you guys did, or first two parts you guys did on this.
Nice.
It's been keeping me company, some tight deadlines. Hell yeah, brother. Same here. This, at the time I was out of comics. This pulled me right back into comics. I know Steve is doing some really good stuff right now, doing a lot of Spawn universe covers over there at Todd McFarlane Productions. So that's badass.
Cool.
Congratulations to you, man.
See, now I was always in the game, like you two suckers. Who
Yeah,
are,
yeah. Yeah, Sean's the OG. He never got out.
No,
You know.
no.
Drew G's in the house is just popping by for a second to say what up. We'll watch the replay. Take care, gentlemen. You too, brother,
Alright,
and
very
thanks for
cool.
being here. Appreciate
And
you,
have a
man.
great weekend.
Whoever's watching now, remember to hit the like. I've been trying to get the likes better on these shows. We've got who we got in the chat here. We got 15 people in the chat, and we've got only 5 likes. Like it up. Everybody go hit the like button right now. Helps out the channel, algorithm, all that kind of stuff. So if you're here watching, take 2 seconds, hit the like button. Would definitely appreciate it.
Come on, we're cooler than those other shows.
Yeah, I mean, we're the coolest show around. Just need to get the eyes on it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, Paula says he's drawing Spawn right now. Nice.
Nice, dude. Yeah.
I want to
post that
see it.
shit when you're
Yeah,
done.
make sure you
Fucking
post that
tag
when it's
us.
done.
Please tag us
Hells yes.
on IG or on Twitter.
Yeah, definitely do that. If you do it. If you finish it by Monday, tag it on Monday. We'll bring it up on the Spawn review.
Yeah.
So we get in here to Thomas Elliott's funeral here. We can kind of cruise through this a little bit. Move a little bit faster
Just
through
tell
here.
me when to stop. I'm just gonna go like this pace.
Yep, keep going like this is good. I mean, it's pretty much just again, we're talking about
Friendship.
flashbacks, talking about Thomas Elliott, remembering some stuff.
Different
all
color
this
tones,
kind of thing.
different emotions.
Yep.
Cut the spectrum.
Good scenes. I mean, dramatic scenes, well drawn. That down
Powerful
shot is
stuff.
awesome.
Powerful
Yeah.
stuff. This is so cool.
All right, there we go.
This is the type of stuff I gotta do on different layers for my colorist with like the 3D shit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
no, this is some good stuff. Sinclair was
I
killing
love
it
this.
right now with the
Yeah.
holograms.
Oh, so good.
18, 14 likes, 13 on my end. Sweet. That's a bunch of
Nice.
different ones, but I appreciate it, guys. You guys
we need
rock.
you to make fake accounts or old
Yeah.
accounts
Yeah, fake
just-
yeah, fake it up.
and
Fake it up.
subscribe to the channel and become members.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm seeing 19 likes. Sweet guys. You guys rock. Thank you. All right, back here. I think if I remember correctly, because it's been such a busy week, I did not get a chance to go back and read the issues that we were going to be covering today. But I think he's putting it all together about what's going on. That all these criminals are acting maybe not out of turn, but there's something going on that's directing all the actions. You remember back when Bane did all the stuff with Nightfall, right? Where he got all the different criminals to do stuff. And it just ran him ragged till he was tired and he got his back broken. It's kind of a very similar concept where Hush he's throwing a lot at Batman and keeping him thinking, keeping him chasing, keeping him kind of in the dark, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And Batman's starting to kind of figure it out here, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And we get to see Dick racing. Here we go. Here's the shot.
What the fuck? Look at that perspective, dude. Look at all those cars.
Every artist that draws Batman, new artist that takes on the project, has to do a double-page spread of the Batcave and all the toys. And as good as this looks in color, go check out the unwrapped version if you guys haven't, and just see the raw pencils of this page is absolutely amazing.
And also check out All-Star Batman and Robin. There's like a 4-page spread of something like this, or just a cave scene.
Yeah, he did another one. Yeah.
Wild.
Yep, All-Star, he did another kind of spread. It was amazing. Pizza says, could you do Someday Batman Unwrapped by David Finch? We've done it. Akma. We did it a couple years ago. If you go back into, we did
Dude.
Yep.
It's so long.
I mean, I don't mind doing things again, as we go, but we did do the entire David Finch Unwrapped version on Akba, Appreciating Comic Book Art Live. So if you go into the back videos and check that out, you'll be able to find it.
Okay. Wait, like you're talking to me. But it's cool how you see the car, like the lights are a bat.
Yeah. Is Nightwing always hanging upside down in Hush runs? I don't know. Might be. I mean, Dick being the acrobatic, it makes kind of sense for him to do more posing like that than the other Robins or people that he's been with. Hold on this panel real quick.
Yeah, I love this.
So it works. It works with Dick as a character to kind of be upside down and doing like all that kind of stuff because it feeds into his acrobatic background. This is for being just like a city shot. I like the Jim. Yeah, I like that Jim chose this angle, like the top of the bridge is the bridge obstructing the city, and we see the city in the background. We got the blimps, it's Gotham City is like all about the blimps, even though it's 2002. The clouds really.
it brings
inky.
back, it brings Gotham back to that Batman animated series, like of that vibes of like what the 30s, 40s,
Yeah.
you know, but
And
still
that's kind of
modern.
always been it, right? Like Batman's
Yeah.
always been kind of a mesh of like the 30s, 40s aesthetic mixed with modern technology. And that's kind of the
Mhm.
world of Gotham City has always had that feel to it, like techie
Mhm.
buildings, but also, yeah, you got the blimps and you got sometimes cars that look older, depending on what Batman artist is drawing at the time. But yeah, I think that's what's cool about Gotham City more than any other fictional city in comics is it has that, it's got its own feel to it. The city is a character. The city is a character in its own.
And look how it just leads your eye up, you know, like it's just fucking perfect.
Those clouds are so great. Like
Aren't they?
I keep saying this. I need to pull out the unwrapped. I want to look at some of these panels and just see the original pencils because it looks like Scott just took a brush and just did some
Tissue.
squiggly lines. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even the tissue. Yeah.
Here, Christopher Bouchard, take notes of us taking notes so we could do this for down the line.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody
Yeah.
needs to be our secretary out there making all of the notes of the stuff that we want to do.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look. Sheldon. Look, he's shouting you out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then,
Sheldon Martin got a little shout out there. Look at that.
Aparo Expressway.
Nice.
Look at that. Look at that.
Pizza says Sean Murphy drew all Batman cars in his comics too.
Cool.
Yeah,
But
he
I've
does some
never
really good
seen it.
cars.
Yeah.
Twisted Dreams is in the house.
So,
You know, anytime Twisted Dreams is here, I got to play this.
Subject's notes. The extraction theory papers. Am I the only one who did the read?
Yes, sir. Welcome to the show. He says it's my Friday, and I'm enjoying ANS. Well, thank you,
Thank
brother.
you for being.
We appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Enjoy your
That's cool.
weekend.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I have a
early
great
start.
weekend coming up. Mark and I are going to Atlantic City on Saturday to see
Oh.
Seven Dust perform.
Oh, nice. You hit
Yeah.
some casinos while you're there. You make some
Probably.
money.
I'm
Hell
gonna
yeah.
do my best.
Hell yeah. Okay. Trying to figure out what the hell it is we're doing here in the story. I'm trying to refresh my mind, guys. So we're gonna cruise through some of this art. It'll come back to me as we go. Him and Dick are doing something. They're discovering something, figuring something out. That's all I know. Oh, okay. Bringing in the Riddler. So amongst all this stuff, the Riddler pops up and does just like a bank job or whatever, just nothing important really.
A meaningless
Yeah.
heist, you know. and
meaningless
that's kind
heist.
of- That's kind of how the Riddler's always been perceived as. Yeah, he's one of the top rogues, but he's kind of like. It's all like, yeah, it's just a Riddler. Like, what the fuck does he, like nothing sensational, nothing impactful.
What has he really done in the annals of Batman mythos that's been anything important? And then obviously you have the Hush series. If you guys know what happens, and but when he pops up here, it's the Riddler doing Riddler stuff. Nothing major. They're gonna come in and stop this bank heist, or whatever the robbery is they just did. Nice shot of the car. Completely. Now that's a Frank Miller thing right there.
Yeah.
Like that's straight up, Batman's just like, I'm gonna ram the hell out of this truck. I don't care if anybody. See, this is the thing that pisses me off about people, and pisses off is a strong word. Annoys me about people when they complain about how Batman is sometimes violent in the movies, where he's like driving through cars and doing all this stuff. We're like, oh, Batman just killed that guy. He just killed that guy. I'm like, have you ever read the comics?
Yeah.
What do you think actually happens in a scene like this when he drives full on into a truck and someone's actually flying out of the back of the truck? Yeah, he doesn't die because we see him here, but come on, let's not get so wrapped up in the movie-esque whataboutisms.
Yeah.
Wiley J's in the house. The Diddler. Twisted Dreams also says Seven Dust. My man Morgan Rose is the drum god.
I think this is like my 15th time seeing them.
Kayla's in the house. She says, "Who doesn't like violence?" Good point.
I like it raw.
Raw. The Riddler is handled great in the Arkham games. I've only played part of one. I don't even know which one it is, but I only played part of one of them. Okay, here we go. Going down. Dick's doing things, taking care of stuff. He's probably the most skilled, I would say, of Batman's partners. Even though I know Tim Drake is pretty skilled himself, but Dick's the only guy that's really worthy to wear the mantle, in my opinion.
I'm
as
with you, and
Bruce.
you could
You know
tell
what I'm saying?
their fighting styles are much different. Like even though he trained under Bruce, like it's his fighting styles is different than Bruce.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
at
no,
least the
100%.
way.
Because Bruce is a brawler. You know, I mean, Batman's a more physical brawler. You got Nightwing is way more athletic than Batman.
Elegantly athletic,
Yeah.
like Daredevil, I would say to a degree, because of the acrobatics background. You know,
Yeah. That dude falls into a pile of discarded pillows. That's how you gotta explain it, you know?
yeah,
No, yeah, this is a great shot. And if you've
exactly.
yeah, if you've followed Brett Booth when he draws the Titans or when he did the Titans run, he was always really
Yeah,
good at drawing Nightwing with
yeah.
his athleticism, his acrobatic, background and posing and all that kind of stuff. But that's what makes that character cool. The time in the Batman series when Dick Grayson took on the mantle of Batman for that little bit of a run, like after Bruce came back and took out Jean Paul Valley or
Hmm.
Sean Paul, whatever his name is,
John Paul.
um, Jean Paul Valley, and then he was like, "I still am hurt. I need to take a break." So
Yeah,
Dick took over. It was Batman there for that little bit of run. I actually really enjoyed that. Now I think they could have leaned a little bit more into the storytelling of what Dick can do as a character, because the way he would be Batman would be completely different than Bruce, with the fact that he can do all this movement. And I think it would have been really cool visuals. So if they ever decide to do another run where Dick takes over the mantle, I think that would be cool.
they did that.
I mean, another one.
Yeah,
They did it a second time?
yeah. Back in like what, like 07, 08, like after RIP.
Really? Okay. I missed
Yeah,
that. I missed
the Grant Morrison run.
Okay. I wasn't reading that then. I remember when Andy Kubert came on and was drawing, I kept
Yeah,
track of some of that, but that was like the Damien stuff, right?
I think that was part of it. Yeah, like I stopped the Morris, like I collected it, but I stopped reading it when they did that big montage issue where it's nothing but words because we know we don't read
Like, I
here.
don't like, we don't read her.
I
You know
don't
what
want to
I'm
read
talking
it. All right,
about? Yeah. Come on.
well, maybe Kayla would know. You know which one? I don't.
Yeah, with Damien, that's what I was thinking, Cunt O'Hare. Yeah, but I don't really remember it. Like, I collected it because I love Andy Kubert, but I
Yeah.
I was not really reading at that time in comics. I just saw he was doing it, so I went out and bought the
Tony
issues.
Daniel drawing that one?
I thought it was Andy Kubert
Well, no,
doing the Grant Morrison.
Hubert was there for the beginning, but then Tony Daniel did a good portion for a couple of
Okay.
years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin was Dick as
Okay.
Batman and Damien as
That's what I'm
Robin.
thinking.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking of. Good call. Dennis.
Okay. All
Frank
right.
Wiley. Frank Wiley did the first 3 or 4 of that, I think. Maybe more
All
than
right.
that. More.
I need to check it out, but do it again.
But
Let's
yeah.
do it again. What was that? There was a mini series that was Damien in the future as Batman. Bruce had been killed. I think it was a Morrison run too. Maybe the chat knows what I'm talking about. I don't know, but that was kind of cool. All right, I lost track of what's going on in the comic.
He's
Riddler's
chasing
running
Riddler.
around. Yeah.
He's trying to get away. He's like, I finally won.
A solid garbage truck. Wait, what?
Solid gold. Oh, ha ha ha.
Oh, what does he say? Go down. Down.
Damn, but it's
I don't know. He says something. It's funny. Whatever.
sexy.
Easily dispatched of Riddler. I just like that. That's a funny panel there. It's just showing you kind of the ineptitude of the Riddler there. He's just kind of dragging him. He's not fighting him. He's just like, fuck. Like it's drags him back. We got Phil Diaz in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man.
Like shit.
Damien, son of Batman. Okay, that sounds familiar. Oh, okay. So here we go. Important point. It's going to throw us into the next kind of like, detective aspect. He finds Ash that he only found from the Lazarus pit. So that he's going to, he's automatically going to think of Ra's al Ghul here as why would there be Ash here in the back of this this bank truck or whatever. So that's part of the mystery here as we keep going forward.
Such a good shot. Great perspectives.
I love too the no dialogue.
Yeah, who needs words?
Yeah, we don't need words. No words at
this
all.
is this is a good whatever the fucking fancy word is of here's this and here's that,
Twist,
right?
twist.
Yeah, here's
A MacGuffin,
a good
red
MacGuffin.
herring, or
Good,
what
yeah,
was that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Of the
Whatever
storytelling.
whatever
The
those
left
things
and
are.
the right, the left and the right, what's going on with the Joker part, and then with the Catwoman and Batman.
Hold on a second. Kayla says, "What a fucking waste."
What?
Are you talking about the 2 panels that have no words in it? No.
Get out of here.
There's beautiful storytelling. Because you don't need words in there right
That
now.
was one of the best books ever. G.I.
Yeah.
Joe 21.
No words.
Silent issue. Didn't need it.
Ashy Riddler. Peter McGillen wrote a Riddler story in the early 90s. Best Riddler story. Good art by Drewer, too. Nice. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the comment above.
Peter Milligan wrote a Riddler.
Oh, I'm really mad we didn't get a Ben Affleck Hush Batman movie. Oh,
dude.
yeah. No, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I take back my
yeah.
previous comment.
I don't, but yeah, I'm with you.
No, I agree with you 100%. All right, here's a good twist here.
You want to slow roll this one?
Yeah. So we get the Joker here, and it's 2 scenes going on at once kind of thing. We got the Joker's what is this? A joke? I didn't know, or I don't know you, do I? He said, I'm your attorney. You're free on bail pending a hearing to get the charges dropped. And then we get the other panels where it's not like you seeking me out. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. A few days ago, I buried my best friend, or my dear friend. She says, I'm sorry. Okay, keep going. I just like how the scenes play off each other. And Joker's like, I can't do a Joker voice. I'm not going to do it.
I may be crazy, but I'm not going anywhere with some bandage head. How was that?
That was good. I like it. Let's go with that. And Hush is like, fair enough. And then Batman's like, it's been suggested that I'm handling it well because I have you in my life.
All right, let's make her Kayla.
Okay.
I have been a favor. No, that's not it. Hold on.
That's like Southern.
I know.
No, do it again. Okay.
I gotta bring out my best Boston.
You gotta put the R's in there too.
Is her the little bird or the bigger? Oh.
I don't know if that's quite right. And he says, Nightwing. All right, let's keep going down here. All right, Joker.
Wait a second. I know that voice.
You should. We go way back to even before my accident. I know you. All right, I'm sorry. Jumping back from voices here. Let me go back. Recentered here. I know you are, Selena. We are where you live, what you're doing during the day. Like you, I have 2 lives. I want to be a part of both of them. Oh, okay. I do the voice again here. You broke into my home one Christmas. Beat me up in front of my wife.
This isn't gonna be wait. we are fucking special ed people, so relax, folks. This isn't going to turn out to be a good surprise, is it? You know, kid, for longer you certainly have yourself a lot of strings. Nightwing, Robin, Oracle, Huntress, Batgirl. I just don't want to be the one string that trips you up.
You won't.
So, you had a little plastic surgery done? Okay, a lot of plastic surgery done. What's this all about? Two-Face?
Sorry, Two-Face is gone.
Fucking Bruce, kid!
Harvey Dent is back, and I'm going to finish the job I sent out to do as the district attorney when the law was on my side. Is that Bruce talking? Okay. So, where do we go from here?
Motherfucker, you can find a razor in the bathroom and kill you too, cocksucker.
All right. That was fun. All right, let's see what the chat's saying. I ignore you guys and get into that. Kayla ain't from the country. That is true.
I mean, I'm working on
Sean, don't quit your day job. Some Kayla.
I'm working on her.
Sean sounds like my great great grandma. Let's keep Southern Kayla in the rotation. We need to now. Like that's just gonna become a thing. Imagine if Catwoman sounded like that. Yeah. Oh. Sean could probably do a really good Cartman. Oh.
He's my papa, man. Yeah.
Sean sounds like a trans crackheaded Joker. Joe, what the fuck is going on here? Entertainment. Entertainment.
Yes. The things we
That's
do for
okay.
subs.
It's okay. It's okay. Beautiful twist of reviewing Hush. Yes, so getting back to that, I know we kind of had some fun with that. Sean can't keep an accent. It's all good.
Yes.
This is the part of the story where we all think Hush is back and Hush is Harvey Dent. Like that's the twist right there, right? You know, like Harvey Dent, Hush. It's been revealed. Time to go home. Mystery solved. Let's go.
There's something here.
Is there?
Batman is
Oh, interesting.
number 1. Yeah, Batman is number 1.
No shit. Good catch, man.
Yeah.
Good catch. I was just about to say, like, I think it's just scribble, man.
Oh,
Time Skills is in the house.
Is that Ali? Ali G? Like for Ali Garza? Plot twist on that one.
100%.
Yeah.
Interesting. Nice catch, man.
Yeah,
Nice catch.
man.
Time
And you know
Scales
what's cool
is in
about
the
this one?
house.
Sorry, Times Square. Times Square. Time Scales.
Times
good to
Square.
see you. Times Square. Jeff Loeb told Jim, like in the notes, go Neil Adams for this. Because he's
Oh, I
gonna
can
have
see
the
it.
shirt off, like for this fight and this issue, especially.
100%
Neil
I can see
Adams
that.
the fuck out of these figures and maybe storytell too. Oh, this is one of the coolest ones. Yeah. 'Cause of
Yeah.
the fight scene. Yeah.
Great
Be your
Batman
smart
there.
talk. Yeah.
Oh. No, I can definitely see the way he draws Ra's al Ghul. That is straight Neil Adams. Yep.
And I love this flight suit that he has on. I wish they made it a toy.
Yeah, this is really cool. Really cool. You know, putting him in, you know, like, yeah, he's still Batman, but he's got the flight suit going. And it very textury as far as the way that they use the technique to draw this.
You know what? A lot close. Well, with the shadows, a lot closer to the Frank
Say it.
Millerisms.
Say, oh, okay. Yeah. No, I was gonna say
Not-
I was
not-
actually gonna go ahead.
Adams.
No, I was actually gonna say there's some of this stuff that reminds me a little bit of Death Blow because of so much of the dark, the heavy blacks with
Well,
just
that's
the
what I was going for.
Yeah.
When I
Oh,
mean Frank Miller, I mean,
gotcha.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time Scale says my best friend calls me Times Square. There you go. There you go. Now when I stream, everyone's going to expect a Southern accent. You got to do it now.
You gotta do it.
Got to do it now. By the way, guys, if you haven't yet, please smash that like wherever you might be watching. If you're watching on X, you're watching on YouTube, like and share the show. Come over to the YouTube stream, like and subscribe to the channel. Help grow this channel. Let's go.
And, drop the link to all our shows and other people's chats that are currently live.
Yeah, if you're a mod in other people's shows, just drop in there and say, hey, ANS is on, come over there. You know, if they get mad at you, you tell them to come talk to us. It's all good. It's all good. We're all good. So he goes and basically kidnaps Italia.
Yeah.
What did I say? Italia. Talia. No A on there. Yeah, Italian. I like how he does it too, like a boss. Like a boss. I'm just gonna go up here, jump in, and hijack. Well, he doesn't really hijack the plane, but breaking into this plane with my cool ass bat suit. I'm gonna grab this chick. Now that's badass.
I love those textures, dude.
That is badass. Yeah, great texture there. Love how that works. Was she being held captive? I can't remember. Or was she just in I can't remember.
All right.
Again, I did not get a chance to refresh these issues because it's been a hectic week.
This is so beautiful.
Look at that.
The composition, the textures, the arty farty shit. Just he's
Yeah,
thinking about himself. He's the only one wearing like a breathing apparatus, and she's just like
he's like, sorry. Sorry about your luck.
Yeah.
And take care of myself. Hopefully you survive. Why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this?
Talia head?
Talia head? Is that something like
Talia head?
Is
that her last name? Or is that what she does? Is that what she gives?
Yeah, I would love to get Talia.
Is he remembering his?
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's the case, he'll sign me up.
Does she circle the tongue?
I bet she does. Changes it up, you know.
Yeah,
Keeps you guessing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I compute. Yeah, no, great texture on the bat suit there. That's fun.
This was
Chapter
such a
9, The
time in comics.
Assassins.
Yeah.
Great silhouette, simple, but
hmm
effective. My father
I
and I
would
no
have
longer
liked to.
speak. All
Oh,
right.
sorry. I was
I
gonna
was
say
just,
I was
yeah.
gonna. I like that suit, the helmet. Like that would be a cool thing,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
just for a run, because if you remember, for Batman All Star, they were doing different versions just to feel it out before they went to the classical Frank Miller, which I thought would have been cooler if they went like different worldy.
Right.
Like you have the Jim Lee book, right? It's the
Yeah.
Icons reprint. They
Oh,
they
yeah,
have
yeah,
a bunch
yeah.
of different lows from the Wizard.
True,
Uh,
yeah. Jaro says reminds me of Grifter for some reason.
no, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that one cover. I know what
I
you're
was just
talking
gonna
about.
say, I
Yeah,
think I know what you're talking about. Like that,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Where the chick is kind of dangling.
I think you talking about the suit as well, like something.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Kayla says when I stream it. Oh, Time Scale says I can do a great Texan accent that could actually stir up some anger down here. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, they might not like it down there.
Yeah.
Kayla says she can do a few accents. All right, you can do the Chinese accent pretty well.
Yeah, you're racist, but
Yeah, I can do an okay British accent for
she's
watching all those Harry Potter
she's like,
movies.
"Ha, ha,
Harry
ha,
Potter.
ha." Yeah.
Talia's a
Nope.
hoe. Yes, the best kind of hoe.
The best kind of
Best kind. Everyone be a good cowpoke and slap that like a what? Oh, slap
partner.
that like a partner. I got you. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeehaw! It's the White House.
President Luther.
Oh, Luther was. I forgot about that.
That's a
You know
fun
what?
story.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of his Divine Right style.
Yes.
It's like he's like, I want to get through this scene. It doesn't mean a
Yeah.
lot to me, so I'm just going to do a lot of less line work because that's straight up like very clean faces, not a lot of
Yeah.
rendering. You know what I'm saying? That's like
Yeah.
Divine right there.
Yeah.
Another great shot of the Batcave. Good perspectives there. I love how the Batcave just starts becoming bigger and bigger. Like
Mhm.
depending on the writer, depending on the artist, it's like 2 stories, 3 stories, levels, or if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah, where when Mark Silvestri did it, like there was more of a encapsulating, like what's that when you're fear of spaces?
Claustrophobic.
Yeah, claustrophobia.
Yeah, it was much more of
Claustrophobic.
a claustrophobic feel. This is like
As
wide
it should
open, like
yeah.
yeah, mined out. Gyro says Luther looks like Fisk there. Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
A little
yeah.
tubby. Yeah. Talia or Catwoman's greater than Talia. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. But I mean, Talia would be fun just to have like the one night,
Yeah.
bang,
Yeah.
Batman's thinking it.
Yeah. Now we
Oh
find a
yeah, so
sword.
yeah, he goes back to the Batcave and gets that sword. That's a warning call right there. Oh,
Oh, take this off.
gotta be careful of these free websites here.
Oh, fucker. Hold on, it's gotta load. That's what I say to her. Okay, we should be good. We're
All right, here we
loading
go.
now.
Coming back. There we go. Alfred. Alfred. Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
You're safe.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all right. No worries. We're good.
Fuck you want?
Yeah, he's like, why are you yelling?
Making you
Trying to-
tea, cocksucker.
I'm trying to bring you tea.
So demanding.
Look, it's Sean. Are you saying that Alfred is Sean? What do you think about that, Sean?
She's full of shit. I don't bring tea to nobody. Sean Ahrent,
Maybe.
goddammit.
I like the bat symbol as a shadow going up in that first panel too. Like Jim is he's all about that in this run. Like he's putting that symbol and light and shadows all over the place.
Great texture, dry brush.
I was just gonna say with the cape, yeah.
I bet he knocked this page out in like an hour. Let's see.
This is
which
probably a
one-
pretty
when
quick
was this
one.
part? That's
Yeah.
that's that. Okay, maybe like 3.5 hours.
Could be with a that, yeah, he probably took a little time with that panel with Batman with the cape and
Yeah.
everything, but everything else, some headshots, those are pretty quick to do.
Yeah.
Silhouette to
Yeah.
us 30 seconds.
Yeah, right.
The 30-second panel right there, you know. Jim Gordon's home, the former police commissioner. Former? Man, I don't remember this timeline at all. Tick, tick, tick tock, tick tock. Hands in the air.
But you
Oh,
just
yeah.
don't care.
So Two-Face, as we've discovered, comes and visits Jim. I like how he says, "Put the gun down, Jimbo. I just want to talk." Two-Face. No, it's me, Harvey Dent. Good for you, Harvey.
I just want snuggles.
Yeah, rehabilitating, you know. Look at him, all beautiful looking face there. He's all happy. He's got his face back. The Joker was innocent, you know that. Okay, so he's doing some lawyer work in the house, in the bedroom of Jim Gordon. By the way, that's a spectacular panel.
That?
Yeah, the lighting of that top
Yeah.
panel there.
Mhm.
Good, just great arm work there.
Great radiation.
Man, Gordon's jacked, dude. Jeez, he hit the gym.
For an old ass guy?
Yeah, I was gonna say, for being old, man, he's cut. He's
You
cut.
gotta be if you're living in Gotham.
No Lex. Yeah. Oh, Lex Luthor. She's saying you look like Luthor.
I'm not fat. I'm
Oh shit!
150
Damn.
pounds.
100,
Look at me.
150. 150.
Yeah, I lost 25 pounds in a year. Beat that.
All right, we're gonna get into this really fun fight. He's going to see Ra's al Ghul, and has a awesome look there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very Neil Adams esque with the face structure there of Ra's al Ghul. Man, that's good. That's a good face.
You talking shit?
Same eyes, same bald head. Oh, there you
You
go.
look like the camel from Aladdin.
I don't think she's being. I don't think
Taking
she's saying it
personally. No,
negatively.
I'm taking it personally.
Okay.
She called
Okay.
me fat. She called me
Oh
fat.
wait, you too. Dennis Kelly said, "Shit, forgot it was at 5. Hail Joe, Sean in the chat.
What's up, brother?
What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here." So this fight between Ra's al Ghul and Batman, toe to toe, sword fighting. You know, I mean, this is basically makes a deal with Batman. I can't remember if Batman loses, what he's got to do. But if Batman wins, he's going to give him all the information he knows about why there was ash from the Lazarus pit found in Gotham City, and what he knows about it. It's basically a duel. If you beat me, I'll tell you what I know. But if I win, you got to bang my daughter again or something. I don't know.
Sign me up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say maybe, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
now I'm thinking as I'm fighting. You know,
I am
I'm
a
just like,
superhero.
yeah, it's like, yeah, maybe I should lose just this one time and roll around in the sack again with Talia. Might not be a bad,
Yeah.
consolation prize there. Selena back in Gotham City. I can smell them on you. Oh, jealousy. Lovers can sense that sort of thing. You can never have him, you know. Oh man, yeah, that's hot.
Mm-hmm.
That's hot. What'd she say? I've made it this far in life without having to have someone. So whatever information you think you're treading on, then you haven't made love with him yet. She's on point. That is some shit talking, because we all know Talia has
loose lips.
Yeah. Look at that cat. Is not a happy cat. Okay, I don't know who this chick is coming to save her though. Nice kicks.
Oh, starts with an S, not Shiva. We'll find out in a second.
All right,
chat. Oh yeah, I'm right, Lady Shiva. Okay.
Okay. I have no idea who that is. Batman, I'll win, get info, and still smash. See, yeah, that is what Batman would do. You're right. Both best words. No, it's not Huntress.
No, she's
She was early in the 2 episodes ago.
Yes.
I guess this is Lady Shiva because it says right there.
Yeah.
Very
Iron
catty
Sky.
Catwoman. Yes, very catty women in general. I love the rivalry between the two women, though, right? Because Talia, I don't know if she ever had any romantic feelings with Bruce. That's not really what it was about. But, they've banged. She
Yeah.
knows what it's about. And I think she was just kind of poking Selena's buttons there. Very,
Just
very
wanna
woman
fuck.
thing to do. Look at that ass.
Yeah.
Nice ass shot with that kick. We got Adversity Arts in the house. Hail. Hail to you, my friend.
Good to see you. Why
Also,
feel
Silver
like
Ogre, I
here?
did not call you out by name. Great
Yo,
to see you. Great
hell
to
yeah.
see you.
Nice to see you, boss. It's been a while.
Whoever got their cheeks clapped first is Batman's main chick. 100%. I like that.
Right.
I like that sentiment. I like that. Which would be
Whoever
Talia,
Takes anal's a keeper.
Oh, that could be Catwoman.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. All right, back to this awesome fight here.
You want me to go slow on these ones, or
Yeah, just a little bit slower, just because there's some cool art here. I love the flame there on the great framing there of that panel.
Yeah, not a lot of textures for the sand except for whatever shadow is where the figure works, but it all
Yeah.
balances itself out.
Yeah, obviously the color really makes everything pop there. Silver
Yeah.
Ogre says, I've been lurking. Nice, brother. Keep on
Cool.
lurking, my friend. Every once in a while,
Mhm.
just drop in and say, hey, good to
Hey,
see you.
sometimes we want to know you're doing okay.
Catwoman is Batman's parallel. Yeah, but yeah. Yes. I don't know where he's going with the butt. This is not a game. As he slices across the face of Ra's al Ghul / We've seen a very much more focused, a much more, I don't want to say brutal Batman, because we've seen more brutal Batman, especially if Frank Miller runs and stuff like that. But he's
Intense.
definitely not intense. He's not messing around after the first 5 issues of this series. Ever since the Joker, he's not messing around anymore. We see a much more focused, much more intense Batman. And I like the parallels of the fights going on. This is a sweet panel.
Yep.
Showing just the skills of this Lady Shiva as you're seeing all the different moves that she's just easily fighting off and blocking all Catwoman's.
All these textures.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool
and how
design.
just kind of the design work around there, like beautiful stuff. Great.
Yeah, it's
I
great
don't know
work.
if this is supposed to be lycra because of the sheen, but really
I don't
nice
know.
stuff.
Kayla says, okay, here we go. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. Road work is movie. Got what?
Talk English.
Okay, here we go. Road work is movie got to go. I don't know what that meant, but all right.
Yeah.
Have a great night. Have a great
Enjoy.
night.
We
Thanks for
love
jumping
you.
in the chat. We appreciate you.
Don't add
Have
us.
a good one.
And don't send us 18 fucking comments so early in the morning.
Dennis says,
I love you.
oh, you're talking to, okay. Blue Boy says, I love that Jim has always used that 80s bad girl hairstyle, yes, through modern day art.
Yeah.
It's one of the best hairstyles. And you know why artists use it, being an artist ourselves, because you can create so much flow.
Mhm.
Storytelling. Okay, look at this panel, for instance, right? Your whole idea as an artist, you want to move the reader through the panel, not just with the words, but visually. So you have Lady Shiva here on the left. Her hair leads you directly to Talia. Talia's looking directly down at Selena. Like the movement is perfect. And it's just guiding your eyes through the entire panel.
The form of Z or the rule of Z when
Yeah.
you do panel work.
And that's one of the things, though, with that kind of hairstyle is there might not be any wind going on in that room, right? But aesthetically, visually, you can use it as a tool to guide the eyes.
And what rule is that?
The rule of cool.
Yep.
Dennis, hello, I drew Vitiga SSJ3. It's on the, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I drew Vegeta SSJ3. It is on the flock.
Oh, is that a Dragon Ball thing?
I know Vegeta's Dragon Ball. Is the flock the Finch Facebook page?
Oh, that might be. Yeah, that might be.
Guess. This is a great shot.
Yeah, it's a good pose. I like the heavy because we got the main light source behind them.
Yeah.
So you get the light source kind of showing up on Batman's front, but the front of Ra's al Ghul is very heavily blacked out. It's kind of like the way that Jim kind of shows the different places for the light to be hitting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, keep on rolling here. Oh yeah, gut shot. Now here's the thing: I know Batman doesn't kill, but with Ra's al Ghul, you can give a mortal wound, right? Because he's got the Lazarus pit.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things where Batman could technically kill this dude, knowing that he's his part of his religion or whatever you want to call it is he's going to be resurrected anyway. So it's an interesting take on the no kill rule. Plus, Ra's al Ghul is not going to give up unless he's mortally wounded, right? As far as the fight goes, because it's quote unquote to the death.
Look at these gestures.
Nice. I like it. Super Saiyan 3 mode, yeah. You guys are going full on anime in the chat. Amanda B's in the house.
What's up, girl?
She says, what about the story?
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
It's a great story.
Great story.
I said though I didn't get a chance to freshen up on these issues that we were looking at tonight because it's been a really hectic week. So I'm trying to go off of memory and then pull out what we can as we're going here. Usually I talk a little bit better about the story. Tonight it's one of those things I just didn't have the time. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying my best.
I could read.
Batman has killed Lobo because he knows he can. Oh, see, there you go. See,
how's Phil?
That's how you get around it. Yeah, Phil, you should have brought that up.
Yeah.
Remember how Bullseye killed Elektra? Miller said it was a symbolic grape. Oh, Lee is a big Miller fan, so interesting. So he just graped Ra's al Ghul there. All right, interesting. Symbolic. Ask your detective who is in your life would. Okay, see here's how it sets up going forward. Because he he beats Ra's al Ghul here. Ra's al Ghul is going to give him a little bit of information. Why was the Lazarus Pit used? Why did they find Ash in Gotham City? And he says here, ask yourself, detective. Detective is what he calls Batman. Who in your life would wish to come back from the dead? And then Batman's like, I must return to Gotham City. And we jump, but keep that in mind going forward for people that haven't read this. Who in Batman's life would want to return from the dead who has been killed? Going forward. Ask yourself this, Catwoman. You keep up. Oh, can you keep up with is all right. Is he paying you to keep Talia nearly what okay, let me back that up. Is he paying you to keep Talia nearly what I am being paid to steal her from you? There you go. Like, yeah, he's got lots of money. He's paying me whatever, plus I'm gonna bang him later, so I'm paying him. That's what she's saying. Apparently she is no match for Catwoman. There is she pretty much got her ass kicked. Selena, gotta do better. Good shot there though. Love the perspective, foreshortening there. As you're looking up, and Talia's like, "Tell my father to stay the fuck out of my life," as she knocks out Lady Shiva. Nice ass. Good for you, Lady Shiva. Good for you. And then she takes off.
Great perspective. Love that building.
Yeah, another shot of the cat there. That's pretty cool. Multiple cats, but I like the angle there. Batman, once again, this is the second time he's had to come back and find Selena all beat to shit. Not doing a very good job there, Bruce. He still has the missing ear. You notice that?
Yeah.
Like, I just noticed that. Like, he still has that from when Gordon shot that off earlier.
It means he's on the fly.
Yeah, awesome cape. I don't think I noticed him drawing that shredded cape before. Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Cheater!
Look at Talia's like, look, I know the love of your life is beaten, bloodied. She's like, but I'm gonna sneak a kiss here. I'm just gonna let you know that these lips have been elsewhere on you before. And he's like, I'm thinking about it. Just so you know. Maybe we could put her in another room and oh no, okay, never mind. She's waking up, gotta go. What does she say there? Yeah, this is the whole thing. Like Talia can tell that they love each other. And it's just, it's kind of just feeding into the love angle, the romantic angle of the storyline, which is fine. That's good. Paul's in the house. What's going on, brother?
What's up?
Our Spawn review brethren in the house, Project Niosis. Go check it out.
For that. That's still on the sign up stage, right?
Yes.
Drop
the newest one.
Yeah, drop the link.
Paul, you're not a mod? Let me mod you up, brother. Let me mod you up. I can't believe you're not a mod.
Now we have this phenomenal Dr. Michael Bancroft. Phenomenal.
All right, Paul, you're a mod. Go ahead and drop drop your links in the chat for everybody.
He's walking in the back cave. Oh, I
Beautiful.
believe this might be from the Wizard Zero.
This
This
this cover?
upcoming scene. Well, nope. I apologize. That's the
I,
last page of this episode.
yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah. That was a page of the book, yeah.
Yeah, the interlude, the cave. This was from Wizard Zero. This is only a couple pages if you want to go through it.
Yeah, go through it real quick. What issue are we on? Have we gone through 3 issues?
Yeah, this is we just finished the 3rd issue, but this is the
Okay, we're gonna cruise to this little whatever this is, and then that'll be it for tonight. And then next week we will wrap up the Hush series with the last 4 or the last 3 issues. Yes, newest Kickstarter. Hell yeah, go check it out, everybody. There's the link. Project Analysis. Yeah, Amanda's dropping the link for the 1 through 5 and Fund My Comic as well. Thank you very much, Amanda. Appreciate you.
And you know what's cool about this? This is more of Cap, Selena, and Alfred's interaction.
Oh yeah. Because here's the thing: like, nobody trusts Selena, right?
No.
You see later on when Tim realizes Selena's here. I think in the next issue, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing here, bitch?" Al is just like, "Look, I don't trust you. I don't like you," you know. And really, Bruce is the only one that's really kind of brought her in. Didn't tell anybody about it. Just be like, "Hey guys, just so you know, we kissed on the rooftop. It was special. I liked it. We're probably gonna, get dirty later. So I'm bringing her into my life to just deal with it."
Wing of the
every room in the manor.
We have a lot because we're rich, like old white rich, plantation rich.
And he's kind of like, I'm not gonna say he's dismissive of Al or anything, but he's kind of like smitten, right?
Yes.
I feel like Selena's got a little bit of the kitty hold over him. You know what I'm saying?
No, well.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody out there? You guys know.
You
guys know what I'm talking about.
Look at that.
And there he goes, right in front of Alfred. She's just like, "Hey, I'm just let you know, I've got kind of control in this situation." And she's using now. See, now that the kiss we saw before in the first issue was more of a romantic, right? This kiss right here is Catwoman. Basically, it's a passionate kiss, but it's also her giving a middle finger.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, to everybody else in Bruce's life, because she does it right in front of him, good stuff.
Cave.
We have work to do. Interlude, the cave. Good stuff.
A few more pages.
So much pain. What does he keep doing it? It is difficult to say. And then we got the death of his parents there. Do you think he'd tell me, Miss Kyle, his trust is not something one can steal from a museum late at night? Burn!
Damn.
She goes, "Careful, Mr. Pennyworth. I've scratched men's eyes out for talking to me like that," or with that tone. Pennyworth's like, "Fuck off." He's like, "Yes, I imagine you have. Well, I have sewn his flesh, set his bones, and removed more spent bullets from his body than I care to remember. There is one thing I wouldn't have the slightest clue how to mend. Now you've piqued my curiosity. A broken heart. I hope you understand how truly extraordinary it is for him to share his secrets with you, including his bringing you here tonight." He's basically, okay, here we go. You don't think too much of me, do you? Quite the contrary. I think the world of you, and while he may not say it, so does he. You begin this evening asking what you could do to help. You are doing it, Miss Kyle, and please continue to do so. Oh, all right. So he's coming around a little bit. Coming around. And he's like, by the way, one more thing you could do, put on that little black nightie. Actually, put on that white bra and thongs that Wanda was wearing on the Spawn review on Monday. Put that on.
Yes.
When he gets back to the manor, and shake your behind for the menfolk. You know what I'm saying?
Kanto Hair.
Kanto Hair says, "I was just going to say, I'm swimming in a sea of blue." Nice. Stamping her authority with that kiss. Yeah, it's exactly what was going on. That's, that was a power move right there. She's basically like, "I'm here. Deal with me." Batman said, "We're not even going to shower before we bang, just straight up sweat from the suits." That's exactly what it is.
I'm with it.
100%. A little stinky, but it's all right. Let's go.
What's up, brother?
Rick Sailor's in the house, member of the channel.
What are you doing up?
Oh my God! I'm sorry! I can't stop coming! I'm sorry! Oh, it feels so good!
It feels so good. Welcome, brother. He says, what up, bitches? How dare you start without me? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It won't ever happen again. I told them to wait, but they insisted on disrespecting you. Well, thank you, Paulus.
Yeah,
Throwing us
snitch.
under the bus and the butch. You can throw us
The
under the bus
butch.
too. Yeah, that too. All right, so that was issues 6 or 8. I'm messing these up.
Nah.
Is it
I
6,
don't
8, 2?
know. Yeah, look, look.
I'm gonna find this out for sure because I keep throwing out a number here, and I don't know
7,
if
8,
that's
and 9. It's not 6 or 7, but it's like 7, chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9, and a
okay.
half.
It is the 600s.
800s.
It's the 600s.
No,
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here.
they're lying to you. It's like 80 something.
It is 618.
What? 618?
Yeah, well, I mean, I just
Maybe. I don't. What the fuck do I know?
617. 618 is the one we're gonna start with next week.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just here.
So 600s. I was right. So this is 6,
All right.
14, 15, and 16, maybe something like that. Whatever. We've got 3 more issues to go in the Hush series. We're going to check that out next week on Out and Stuff at 8 p.m. right here on Thursday. The thrilling conclusion. We're going to get into some good stuff, some things that were set up today. I know we didn't cover the entire story and all that stuff, but when Ra's al Ghul said, ask yourself who in your life would want to be brought back to life, that's going to be a big thing going forward that we see in the next issue. And it's at the time, it's kind of redundant now, and you'll see what we talk about next week. But at the time, it was something that was very shocking for people to see. And it was very exciting as well, because it was the first time this character had returned in a long time. So check it out next week on Stuff, 8 p.m. Yeah, Martha. Batman Hush Part 4 as we wrap up Hush. Getting ready for Hush Part 2, or the sequel to Hush, with Batman 158 right around the corner. Did you know that book's got 18 covers?
I would expect more. I would think more.
Really? I was blown away. I was talking to my LCS the other day. I was putting it on my pull list, and he's like, I'm not going to put you down for all the covers. I was like, no, I just need the main one. He's like, good. He's like, because there's 18 of them. I was like, yeah, fuck that. I definitely
Fuck
don't.
that.
Like, I ain't coming in here and buying 18 covers to this book.
No.
Shit. That's insane.
I thought there would be more.
Really?
Just to get the buck out of it, because like wasn't Dark Knight 3 like something stupid, like 40 or 50? Like they went dumb.
For which one?
Dark Knight 3.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure on that one. I didn't really pay attention to that. I know for Action Comics 1000 and then Detective Comics 1000, they did a shit ton of covers. But like
Yeah.
18 though, I mean, like I was just like, hell no, because I guarantee you 80% of those are shit covers.
Yeah.
I guarantee you
Oh,
80% are shit covers.
I bet black on that.
I think Jim Lee cover will be good. Obviously, well, it's all right. It's not my favorite cover that I've seen him do, but that one will be fine. I think Andy Kubert's doing one. I'm sure J. Scott Campbell will do one. You know, all the
just showed
usual
us, yeah.
names. Yeah, we'll do one, and those will be good. But then you're gonna have some obscure artists or whatever do them, and they're just, you know, whatever.
Or hot artist of the week.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
it's
like,
not gonna be. It's not gonna be what they should be. Amanda B says, "Can you explain if this is new / old, and what's the new stuff?" I tried looking it up, and I'm confused. All right, so this series was from 2002, Batman 608 through 6 something. Do the math. 20. Yeah, this is from 2002. This was Jim Lee's first official full run at DC Comics when he came over, when DC bought Wildstorm Comics back in the early 2000s.
99.
And yeah, I bought it in 99. It took until 2002 for him to actually do, like, he did covers and stuff like that, but it took him 2002 for him to come and do this epic run, 12-issue run with Jeff Loeb writing the book. Batman Hush, one of my favorite stories, had all the Rogues Gallery in it. You know, had cameos by Superman as well. And so they're doing a sequel to Hush called Hush 2, starting with Batman number 158 that's coming out in 2 weeks. And so we wanted to bring everybody up to date on Hush, since it's one of our favorite Batman runs ever, you know, from our generation. And once Batman 158 comes out, we'll get it and we'll do a review of it to kind of cap everything off as you guys are getting started for Hush 2. So Hush 2 is coming out. So that's basically what it is. This is old, Hush 2 is brand new, coming out in a couple weeks.
There was a preview in one of the recent Justice League books of Hush 2.
Yeah, yep. Kayla could just tell you about it if she was still in the chat, but I didn't get that. I thought about it for some reason. I didn't have, I don't
We'll
know.
go over it with this.
Yeah, yeah. So when the new issue comes out, we'll look at the preview and then we'll look at issue 1. There's been a lot or pages have already been shown off by Alex Sinclair and Jim Lee. I would say maybe half the book has been shown so far.
The pencil stuff is so beautiful. Look, Joe and I have talked about this. I'm going to air it out.
Do it. Let's do it. Let's get into it to close the show. Let's get into it to close the show.
We feel our own opinion. That the pencils are much stronger than the final finished inks from Scott Williams. There's something that's really lost in it. There's some great textures and noodles and beautiful craftsmanship on Jim Lee's part, where we saw some pages and we're like, with the inks, but we saw pencils and we're like, oh my goodness, like this is top-notch shit. Like this is this Hush type of shit, like Jim Lee coming back. And it's like, I get the team. You want the team back that brought you the Aces comic, but maybe they should have got somebody else with the inks, man, like a Sandra Hope, a Richard Friend, Danny Mickey. Imagine Danny Mickey.
Oh, Danny Mickey would kill it.
Jim Lee.
Sandra Hope would be good too. Here's the thing. Jim Lee and Scott Williams have been together for so long. You just expect a certain level of production, craftsmanship out of them. Yeah. There is something when we first saw the finished pages that were shared out by Jim Lee. We were looking at them and they were good. Don't get me wrong, but they weren't like Hush like this. Wow. Yeah. They didn't wow me as much as I thought they would. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. He's getting older. All these excuses you could throw out. It still looked good. Don't get me wrong. But when Jim Lee, when you hold him up on a pedestal like this, anything that falls under it is going to be noticeable, right?
Right.
So the stuff was good. It's not bad, but it's just not Jim Lee good, right? And then we see some of the pencil work come out, and I'm sharing it with Sean, and Sean's sharing stuff with me, and I'm just like, man, these pencils look amazing. Like they look just vintage Jim Lee, and it's like it's got to be something with the inks. And I adore Scott Williams. I think he's a godfather of inking as far as our generation goes. Best inker out there, hands down. But it seems like maybe he's doing some kind of different technique with his inks. And I don't know, it's because he's doing mainly pens now than anything. But the lines seem thinner. And Jim Lee doesn't work with thin lines. There's some artists that work with thin lines. Jim Lee kind of needs some thicker line weights, right? He does good on the pencils, don't get me wrong, but Scott was always able to bring out the line weights and really kind of thicken up things that needed to be thickened up, so on and so forth. But I think it's that. I think the pencils look really good, but I think for some reason the inks are just, I don't know. It's
muted.
And I don't want to dog Scott Williams at all because I love Scott Williams.
Yeah.
So it's weird for me to say this, but just we're looking at it objectively, and it's just there's something missing with the inks, and I think that's where it is. So when people kind of see this and they're like, oh, it's some people think it looks stiff or this or that. I'm like, yeah, I can agree with that. But then look at the pencils. The pencils look really good.
Lavish. Yeah.
Really good.
And we also have to realize our heroes are getting older.
Yeah.
Things are breaking down. Father time happens. But man, like, I can't believe, like I'm saying, like I'm not really into Scott Williams inks with
not on this project. Yeah, if they're experimenting or is doing something different, there's something about this it's not grabbing me like I thought it would, and it's kind of disappointing. So we'll see if it changes as we go. But that's just kind of our first thought as we're just seeing some of the stuff they're releasing without actually seeing the actual issue yet. Dale Hayes in the house says, did Scott Williams change to digital or something? No, I don't think so. I just think it's a different technique. He looks like he's doing a different technique.
Yeah.
And I'd speculated before. I was like, well, maybe Jim is drawing a little bit looser. And so Scott is doing more of the heavy finishes. But when you look at the pencils really don't look any looser than Jim's normal work. It looks like Batman Unwrapped, right? So to me, that the difference is within the inking somehow. Are you saying Scott Williams is slipping? No, I don't think he's slipping. I wouldn't say that. I just think that
he's getting older.
Maybe they're experimenting with something.
Good.
These guys get bored. They want to try different things. And maybe
And
Scott's like, hey, I got this idea. I want to try
Mhm.
it. And Jim's like, go for it. And
Yeah.
that's what it is, you know?
And they've illustrated Batman how many hundreds of thousands of times?
Probably bored by
You
now.
know? Yeah, yeah. So even though they're doing Hush 2, this is probably like 50,000 Batman. So
Yeah.
you know, they try some. I get it if they're trying something new, but I think they're showing the pencils. So like the heat is off Jim on some things, some levels, but like
That could be too. Maybe Jim's just trying to put something out there. You know, I've heard Jim before say, in all honesty, that he doesn't take a lot of time looking at finished work of his own because it's not representative of what he drew. He doesn't say that in a bad way because he loves
right.
working with all the guys he works with. But what he draws purely is the pencils, right? And that's going to change when it's inked. It's going to change when it's colored. So I've heard that he doesn't spend a lot of time actually looking at the finished artwork. So, you know, that could be. Lark Barks in the house says,
So
hello, everyone. How are you doing today? I have volumes 1 and 2 of this comic book saga. Nice, man.
cool.
Hells
Go
yes.
back, watch the previous 2 shows, this one as well, and then come back next week for episode 4.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up next week with part 4, and then we're going to look at the last 3 issues of the Hush run, getting you ready for Hush 2. Edwin's in the house. What's going on,
What's
brother?
up,
Good
brother?
to see you.
Good to see you.
Before we get out of here, we do have Type 1 is live. Reaper Destroyer is closed, and it's fulfilling now. Slowly, but it is going out there. But Type 1 is very much in the mix. We are trying to get this thing to 10K on Indiegogo and on Fund My Comic. Sean, take it away.
Yeah, this is an action-adventure tale with real-life implications that faces off terrors from the past. If you like the books that we talk about on all the different shows we do, from Spawn, art and stuff, art appreciating comic books, even on Revolution with Mark and the gang. This book's up your alley. It's kind of a love letter to 80s and 90s comics and cartoons, throwing in like Mayan, Aztec, Anunnaki type of lore. Jesus, it's just a fun romp. Like, I'm not trying to write Shakespeare. I'm writing a book with heart, action, and entertainment. And we're getting there. We're getting pages done. Sending off a batch of pages to Dan Kemp, legendary colorist, next week. So
Yes.
he could start getting back on track with that because his schedule, he's
Getting
top
busy.
tier. He's busy.
Yep.
And that's how we
High
have to
demand.
deal with in the independent market. But I got this fire ass variant covers from some of my good friends, Joe M Sonntag, Marlo
Some of you might have heard
Apreza.
of him.
Not my close friend, but I've been a fan of him since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And Camp Colors. So this is gonna be a great one.
Awesome one.
Who else? I got the Phil McNulty, which just screams
90s.
90s.
Straight up.
And then
If you guys have ever seen Phil's Jim Lee style that he's done, he's really good at kind of mimicking Jim Lee. Stuff I've never seen him actually post yet. But
he showed you the comic that he was working on, right?
Yeah, it's straight 90s like Jim Lee, Wildcats, feel to it.
Yeah. We got the magnificent Chris Graves of Rising Pain and Stree's team up cover. I'm very lucky to have the guys in my corner that I do. Like, I'm biased, but I have some of the best variants. And if you get the Ultimate 1-tier package, we're going to be updating the website where you'll get all 4 variants, holofoil cover of Con Artist, the art of making Type 1.
Yes.
You only get the holofoil cover there for free. And then I'm going to throw in a lined inked version of my cover, Joe's cover, and then the pencil version of Joe's cover. So you're going to get 8 books, commission, 9-card trading card set, and maybe something else. I don't remember. But we're gonna add on some new tiers. Just try to get it going. Here's some action packed pages with Dan's colors, my art. Yeah, man, it's a lot of fun, dude. Like, it's I know people don't like here, like, it's my dream project, but no, it's the project I came up with as a kid, and it just fucking means the world to me. And yeah, I think you're gonna like it. I'm writing some fun, fancy shit.
Yeah, and I've read a lot of the story and a lot of the script, and it hits. It's really good. I think you guys are going to love it. Be on the lookout sometime in April. There will be a date that we reveal where we will do a launch on a Saturday, and it'll be kind of a mini reboot. Not reboot, so to speak, but there's going to be a lot of updates, a lot of new things going on in the campaign. Yeah, so join us for that. I think it's gonna be really fun. That's it. We're gonna get out of here.
One thing.
Go ahead.
One thing I gotta say on a personal note, I asked my nephew is going under surgery this Monday to get some cancer removed. You know, whether you pray or thoughts or like it's we're scared. Okay, me and my family we're scared. I just ask for the best possible thoughts. Like that's my guy.
Yeah.
So he's gonna after this surgery, he's gonna be on a year-long extensive treatment of chemotherapy, going in and out of the hospital stays. So this fucking sucks. Thank you. So if you just more than anything, just keep in mind in my family on your minds. Sucks.
Yeah. Say those prayers, everybody. Keep Sean's nephew in your minds going forward. Prayer helps. It definitely does. So we appreciate that. All right. Let's get out of here. I appreciate you guys. We're going to run the short outro because we got things to do, places to be. I don't know. Is there a stream going on right now? Does anybody know if there's anybody important streaming? Let me look real quick. I can send you over somewhere.
Yeah, let's raid somebody.
Yeah, let me see if we can raid someone. Give me some suggestions.
Phil, spark up a stream.
Yeah, let me look here. Suggestions. Is Bancroft? Is he on? Did we go a little bit late? Yeah, we did go late. All right, let me look at Bancroft. Michael. Oh, there he is. We'll go to Bancroft. All right, everybody go over to Bancroft's and let them know that ANS sent you. It's an ANS raid, so head on over there. We appreciate everybody. We will see you next week. Ronan Joe, 10 p.m. this Sunday, the Ronan Joe Show. Be back here Monday at 9 p.m. for the Spawn review, and then next Thursday, 8 p.m. ANS, we will return. Until then, be good to each other. Take care of one another. Follow the link in the chat above and picture me naked. Talk to you later. Peace.